Oh, my bad, y'all. So, welcome to Marquella the Light Speakers, where we help cure those hearts. Now, you guys already know I've been up on here every day. And April 17th of 2019, we got 4 more days, and we own it. We own it. 4, 3, 2, 1, zip. What? We own it. So, like I said, worldwide, Las Vegas, Nevada, Planning, Hollywood, approximately about 6 p.m. I am having a live meeting. So, of course, I'm going to upload it on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be Facebook Live. There's going to be cameras. There's going to be people using their camera phones and stuff like that for the little event. It starts at 6, and then we going to stop talking at 7, and the party going to begin, but in this. The conversation about life is really serious. And I had our topic, I am thankful. I am thankful. It's a good topic because I look at myself now and I'm looking like, oh my God. How did I get here? And God's been amazing. I could have just quit the whole 9 yards. And, I'm still in church. I still have my job. I just created my own business, and I see I'm adding things to it. So when I created my own dresses, I have my blog page. I have my YouTube channel. And on the blog page, I'm offering babysitting. I'm offering, help with papers and stuff like that. But also, I added in a comment. I see that I was drawing and stuff like that, and I showed you guys the little comment thing. And so now I'm going to be sharing my comments with you guys as well when I randomly just start drawing it out. And so even though I can't draw, who says I can't have my imagination come to real life? And so I am definitely energetic, very. And it was to the point where I said, you need your energy to be somewhere out there. So April 17 was like, okay, I was going to go for a little dinner again, go eat, go home. That's what I was going to do. But then I was like, man, no. I rented the hotel room, and I was like, oh my God, I rented it, and I sacrificed that. Because I was thinking like, no, I got me a little small size king's bed. You know what I'm saying? Got a little nice little stuff in there. And so I was like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, I'm about to invite little people up here for this little event. And so it was a conference. It was something to where I wanted to do. Silently invite my friends to this conference in the room. And I was like, if I'm going to really do this, I'm going to leave it alone. But then I said, no, you need to be heard. You need to be out there. You know what I'm saying? And so I did it. And guys, I'm scared because when I posted on social media, and I told you guys, I have not been on social media in a while. So I plan on definitely inviting those people out to this event and letting them know what's going on and what Marquella the Light Speaker is about. How did it brought up? Why did I do this? And what am I trying to get out of this? I'm just trying to let everybody know that it's important to live their lives. I did not live my life back then. And when I seen the life brought out of my loved one, I was so lost. Then my other loved one, when I seen her flesh, pretty much her blood on my jacket during the crash, I didn't know what I was going to do. I've seen a lot in my life, and this live recorded now every single day of this whole movie, pretty much. This documentary, it was like, is this really what I should do? I wasn't going to do this. But I was challenged to where I'm like, okay, I guess. And it did not interfere for what I was doing. I mean, you can YouTube from anywhere. So it was no excuse. You can blog from anywhere. There was no excuse. So it was to the point where, like, even when my daughter was messing up and she was going through what she was going through, I could still do what I was doing. So I couldn't interfere with the business. And so this business was actually working out for me. Like, it was. Because I could still be at home. It was like, you were working from home. You didn't have no, you didn't get no money from it, but you were building your business. And so you invested your time. You were really adding more things to do. So, like I said, I still wrote. I still gold plan. Then I did 3 devotionals. And then after that, I started planning out the day. And then after that, I wrote my prayers down. And then after that, I went to my drawing. And then after that, I got on YouTube. And then after that, sometimes I blogged. Yes, I was going ham. No one knew what I was doing. They didn't. So they would say stuff, but they didn't know because they were not used to me being so silent. So they're like, what in the world? She doing something. So a lot of people were like, what in the world is this girl doing? But I had to be quiet about it, for a while because I knew April 17 was coming and I had a plan. And my plan was to bring the youth in, bring my dancers in, bring my girls in, bring my homies in, bring all the old in, and show them the new. It was something to where I wanted them to know that I still love them all. And even though I am not where they're at anymore, I love them. And so it's going to be a mixture of religion, non-religion, or people who don't believe. Is it scary? It could be. It could. But in this, can it work out? Yes. Because when God will work it out, from rapping, music, my dad, he was a guy to where he didn't go to church, but he was a great man. And he go to church every now and then, but he was working so much, so he spent most of his time sleeping. You know what I'm saying? He was just a tired man. And he was thick-boned. Yes, he was. But my daddy makes sure he ain't mixing no meals. And so even with me not eating, I would always think about my pops about, you better eat. But in this, I just remembered how my dad was. We would go to church, but he had his rap music on, and we had to tell him to turn it down because we on the way to church, and he turned it down. But what? Right when he got in there, we got the music. And then my dad, when I go to my friend's house and he drops me off, it was so loud to where I'm like, I gotta go, y'all. Dad's out there. And it's like, he don't even have to call you. How you know your dad? And they will see my dad there, and everybody would be like, what? Your dad's out there? I'm like, yeah, he's out there, gotta go. They say, how you know I'm like, y'all don't hear that loud music. Come on, I gotta go. So my dad, he wouldn't call me. He would just have his music out there. And so what am I doing? I'm trying to bring back both. Letting them know that it's okay to listen to what you want to listen to. It's okay to do what you want to do. But after all of those things, do you want to live your life? Do you want to do your goal plan? It's not about none of that to me. I'm just a little bit different, okay? And I know a lot of people like, well, why do you go to church for? Well, I have to go to church. My soul is so glued into church, okay? Because I've been there my whole entire life, so I have to be there and I have to learn more. And something that I'm doing outside the world, you got to be inside a church. Because if you going outside the world, you dealing with different souls. So you got to be laid hands on out here when you're doing something like this. And it's not no joke what you're doing. It is really real, because what I'm trying to do is all of the above. And if you're doing all of the above, you doing all of the above. You doing different. And so A lot of people would be kind of glued in to the fact that, whoa, she's gotten all this culture in here. How does she do that? Well, I'm very energetic and I talk too much. and I love everybody. And I feel like if you love everybody and you want to bring them out, what do? You let them know what you're having. And you see if they're coming. And if they come or not, it doesn't matter. But in this, my main goal in Marquetta the Life Speaker is to touch people's hearts and help cure them. I'm only one person in this business, and I plan on being that. And if I make it, I make it. And if I don't care. I made a legacy. And so I'm good. My life is really very good. You know, I made a legacy. And my legacy was because I said, when I saw my dad die like this, I said, he lived his life actually because he was doing what he liked. He loved to serve food. My daddy was a food man. He didn't let nobody stop him. He was a cooker. He did what he needed to do, and he did not care what people say. People had mouths. They would talk about him being thick-boned. He still was thick-boned, and he still kept going. And even though he was gone, it felt like he was still here. Like I felt a spirit of my dad. I'm like, my daddy here. Like, even though he wasn't. It's just all them dreams that I had of my father to where I'm like, yo, okay, I see my daddy a little bit too much. And then it could be me calling on his spirit. When you call on somebody's spirit so much, they like, oh, who in the world keep calling me? So my dad kept coming down because I was calling on his spirit. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like God. You call on his spirit so much. Oh, and then he start coming. You like, ooh, Jesus moving. Or you call on your friend. You're talking and you feel some type of way about this friend. And they come. I'm telling you, if you keep calling on these people, they'll come to your dreams. This is the key of the people that you miss. Okay? Call on them. Keep calling on them. Just keep calling on them. Poof, they soul will come, even reality. You like, ooh, I should not be talking about you. It will. You just gotta let these people breathe, though. Don't chase after them. Pray for them. A lot of us chase after people. See, this business that I'm doing is for me. And I'm so committed into what I do to where people didn't even know that. They just thinking that, man, she just gave up like always. Poof, there it is. She ain't give up. She been up here all day long. She been up every day, all long. Because people, assumptions. That's a man. They assume that you ain't doing nothing, but you are doing something and you ain't got nothing to prove. No, you don't. Because, well, you need to go run around here and prove what? You doing good. I got off social media because no one was there. I got off Facebook because I didn't see anyone. Everyone was gone. And what I mean, even though they were there, they weren't the same. People change due time. And so when I was on my blog page, people would visit. No one would say anything. It was different. It was different from Facebook. But did I love it? Yeah, because it was silent. It was so silent to where I didn't have to stress out about what I'm posting or stress out about all that stuff. I went to my blog and I spent most of my time on there to where I said I don't need to get on Facebook no more. But I went because a lot of people kept asking about this party. So I went on to Facebook, let everybody know that I was having this event in the hotel room silently. You know, I spent this out of my hard-earned working money, and I wanted to invite people to come over, but you know, we'll see what happens. They better be quiet. Look, they don't know I'm silently having a kickback. But that's okay. Look, what they don't know will hurt. Look. So I wanted to go over this and show you guys my little comment. We doing our comments now. No, that's the old page. My bad. We did that comment yesterday. This is the new comment. This is the new comment of what we doing. Okay. Now, you guys like, what is that going on here? So, number one, it shows Marquetta the light speaker. She ain't got no hair. Look, she bald headed. Look. But is this? It shows her in the cameras. You know, she's somewhere on camera somewhere. She really is. And then number two, she's crying because she's been on her knees praying. You know what I'm saying? Then number three, she's building. She's building up her business. She went from work. She stayed most of her time at home. Then she went to work. And then she built up her page. This is all it is. Number four, she loved to sleep. That's why she stayed at her home most of the time. And the reason why she loved to sleep is because she spent most of her time seeing her dad. She's seen her dad. And she saw her dad most of the time, so she wanted to go to bed. She was ready, hopping to sleep, because she knew the dream might show her dad. And so when she saw her dad most of the time, the girl was just so excited. And then so number five, she then now created her own comments. And Marquetta the light speaker became really to life. She was not playing. Then number six, she would write most of the time. She was very productive. A lot of people didn't know what that girl was doing at her home. They didn't know. She was very productive when it came to her business. She spent most of her time doing this. And she even had a behavior class with her daughters. That we didn't do Friday. We had a little vacation, and my little baby reminded me. She said, Mommy, we didn't do the class. She loves the class, but we didn't do it. We just had a little relaxation, took a break, because we're supposed to do this class every day like I do Marquetta the light speaker every day. So now we got all these things. I even added a behavior class. Remind you, I'm only one person, and I'm adding all this stuff. Look. And then so number seven showed she had little to no support. And she did all that stuff. She had little support, but not as much as she should. But she did all this stuff at home. She did, man, you wouldn't believe that girl. She was moving. And then there was a lot of gossipers. You know what I'm saying? Some people looked at this girl like she was just perfect. Some of these people was annoyed, intimidated because the girl was not about to fall. Some of these people just was angry with her because she left them. And they didn't understand why she settled. But they didn't even know that she was not settling. They didn't know Marquetta made her comment shows, her dresses, her blog page, her YouTube channels. They didn't know that Marquetta was writing and doing all this. They did not know. Now they know now when they start clicking. People started clicking on the blog page. They didn't know where the baby was at. They was like, wait a minute now, you know the world didn't end if Marquetta ain't on here. Because I stayed on Facebook, and I did my live on Facebook, and I was only on Facebook. But then I moved and went to YouTube. I went to YouTube, I went to blog, and I didn't see much people, but I said, you know what, we going to get where we need to go and stop playing. And then so I went to number 9. Number 9 here, now you see it right there. Number 9. Now, this is a picture of my father who is gone, and that's me. And even though he was gone, I still felt like this man was here. I felt like he was here. I really did. And so I was like, he's gone. But I feel like my daddy here. Every time I go to sleep, every now and then I see him, and I'm like, I gotta keep going. I did not stop. And even when I did, like I would be on the floor in this house crying, and I just couldn't stop. Because that man, it was just like, no, now I got to get up. Now y'all got the fiery lava stuff blowing up. I can't play with y'all. I gotta go. And so I was just kept on moving. Even when I said, the people dropping left to right. But I kept going somewhere. I don't know where I was going. I don't even know how I got on here so quick. I don't know how I got 8 weeks of college and then poof, there it is, a whole business. I don't know. It was like God was with me. And I remember the dream of him showing me that my mom and my little brother and my dad was going somewhere and I had to take care of me and my girls. And I'm looking in the room and I see my mom and dad and everybody and I'm like, okay, we good. What you talking about, Jesus? Poof, there it is. Daddy died. Mama went somewhere. She went to move in with my oldest brother. Everything just went so different. And I called my oldest brother, my youngest brother, and my mom and the grandma. They are the originals. This is the original. This is the peoples that we started from. So this whole theme was like, okay, those are the originals, and now we're starting a new crew. Now, this is really just like, whoa, how you go from your originals and you coming out new? Like, what you gonna do? Can you make it? Can you succeed? Can you achieve can you strive to achieve real success? Yes, I can. See, look at me. Yes, I can, and yes, I will. It was just something about me feeling like, even though I know this is going to be difficult, I can do it. And it was getting so real to where when young folk was randomly going through what they was going through, I wouldn't stop. And I was like, what is wrong with you? I don't even think this is you. I started telling her, oh, my mouth, I'm sorry. I want you to know I care about you. And it was touching young men. And it was touching young women. It was to the point where even the ones that didn't like me, I had to really cut some of them off because I said, no, you're not going to come at me like this. I had death, okay? I had went through hell and back. I just came, man, I am so happy. I mean, I used to be a sex addict. Oh, I was in the bed so much. I'm not in the bed. I ain't doing nothing. So many men been hitting me up and I ain't interested. I've been into the point where my business is so much more important to me to where I don't care what anybody feel. I care about my stories and they will be covered. And I saw it in the dream where it was saying the writing over my cover. My writing will be covered. It's just to the point where these dreams, I'm like catching them. I'm a dream catcher to where I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to stop to do where I needed to go. I was not going to let nobody stop me. So even though it was silent, it had to be for a minute because I was listening to something. I had to build it first. If you're building a business, are you supposed to tell anybody? No, not yet. Wait till you know that you got it already, all of it up there first before you build it. Before you build it, make sure your determination's there first. Because you got to be glued into what you do. You can't just be talking about you did something and you stop doing it. You got to make sure you're dedicated to what you do before you even go running your mouth about what you do. So I started running my mouth once I built it. Even though a lot of people suggested things that I should do. But then I said, no, I'm going to do it like this because I want to build myself up first before I invite the people. I need to be encouraged in the business first. I need more confidence in this business first. I need a lot of things first before I go ahead and invite all of these people. So April 17 was that. April 17 is going to be that. I need more confidence. I need more this. I need more that. Because when these people randomly saying, hi, Quayla, you don't know what you can do to the high Quaylas. Because you're out for a game. And it's a huge one. And when you put everybody, all these souls, and you're really one by one really about to see where they're at. How many of you talk and how many of you don't? I need you guys to move. And they don't even know what they're doing. But when they all start moving, I'm going to start pointing at them. Why you don't talk? Why you don't talk? And it's going to hit them. Why am I doing this? Why won't I stop? I care about our young youth. Our young youth have so much talent. We need to be there for them. And that's the reason why I came out on my birthday with this. Talks in Silence is going to be live. And whoever's there, I'm planning on seeing what's going on. And once we get them going, then the party gets to bumping. Cool glasses, and if they come, they don't. But in this business, it's going to be huge to where they're going to be like, whoa! Some of them are going to be like, this is kind of cool. Now, I'm like, who do all the talking? I know I'm on the move. I'm on the game of talks. Now, who is on the game of silence? Now, who's the game of confusion? Because some of y'all be confused. It's going to be fun, guys. And like I said, if you're not doing anything either, message me on the blog. And if you're in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you would like to come, message me on my blog and let me know. There will probably be a security enforce, just to be careful. But if you want to come and visit Marquetta the Light Speaker and see her live at Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas, Nevada, just message me on the blog and let me know who you are. And that day, when you're on your way arriving, we will go down there and get you. I plan on just seeing all different types of cultures and different types of people. We just got to be careful, because it's not that big anyway. But we going to make something out of nothing. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. I plan on bringing chips. I said donations are available. So if you would not mind to donate for the cause, simply go to the blog, click on that PayPal, and send something for that day because, yeah, we're going to need, because that hotel room was expensive. So if you want to donate, I told you guys that the other day, if you guys want to donate, go to PayPal, go on to my blog, click that link, and even message me and ask me what's my PayPal, and I'll definitely be gladly to have that donation because Wednesday is on its way. And so I want to make sure that I have the things that we need for the party, but also, buy my notebooks. Look. So if you can't make it, but you can donate, I would love it if you donate into the PayPal account. If you need the email to donate, I would love it. Donations is definitely needed right now. Because after that little hotel room was a little money for me. Look. So in this, though, I sacrificed that. So if you can donate, I would love it. You know what I'm saying? Because Marquetta the Light Speaker, she's starting to open her mouth about donations. Donations available. If you want to donate to this cause, I would love it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is serious. This is something to where I'm going to be investing in a lot. And it's good to have some help in this, and sometimes I believe, like they said back in the days, closed mouth don't get fed. So if you want to donate to the cause, simply click that link on the blog. If you can't find it, just message me on the blog and let me know if you would love to donate and send it to my PayPal. Like I said, the party is going to start in a couple of days, and I'm going to still get it regardless. But if you can donate something for us, that would definitely be really good. I plan on bringing that very sign to the hotel room in a cup and telling them if they want to donate to something, they got you, girl. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of open your mouth now. Tell them you need donations. You need something. You need a little something. Put $1 up in there. Put $2 in there. Donate to the businessman. This was hard out here. It was not an easy task. Getting up here every day, your daughter getting kicked out of school, doing too much, and then everybody got all this stuff, problems going on. Everybody calling you during the time you didn't know what to do. You was like, whoa, you're getting bum rushed. And so this was more important for you, though. So you did what you had to do no matter what. And so that's what I loved about Marquesa the Light Speaker, is that it really it became me. And it was really cool to where I'm like, this is becoming who I am. And it was like, this was doing it for fun. But then I'm like, you need to ask for donations too. And no, I don't have any business license. But that's where those donations come from. Me plotting to get my license, me getting the things that I need to help my family, to help me, and for all of us to work together in this, because talking ain't easy. It's not. And when you're dealing with different souls and you're praying for one, I just prayed for a lot of people the other day. I read devotionals to my mom that I ain't talked to in a while. I prayed over one of my saints from the church. She called me and asked me for prayer. And it was like to the point where I'm like, I don't know where this loud going from, because I didn't tell no one that what I was doing. But these people are calling me, you know what I'm saying? And it's to the point where I'm getting called to be this, outside the world, but I have to remain solid in church, because you got to be covered when you're dealing with something like this. This is spirits. This is huge. And some of them don't want to go to church. So why not bring what you learned to them and give them a package in their life and let them know, even though they don't go to church, they're still loved. And you don't know, they might change their minds. Because where I'm at and where I'm finna do, it's finna really, really change some souls. Telling them how many of y'all go to church and how many of y'all don't. Stand over there. And it's going to get to the point where this is going to be so lively to where they're like, whoa, she did that. I know it takes great courage to do something like this. But I want to do this because I believe that I can fly. R. Kelly said sometimes silence can be so loud. The Penguins, he said, don't ever let no one tell you what to do. E.T., he told me to get up. Yes, I'm telling you guys, even when I was not in nowhere, I was hearing the TV talk to me. I was hearing all these things talk to me to where sometimes I feel like a friendless child, a motherless child, but I did not feel like a fatherless child because my father was still here. I felt like a motherless, a friendless, a sisterless. I felt like a lot of lists, but I didn't feel fatherless. It was something so huge coming in my soul to where even though I thought I was going to fall, I was getting hit to something to where even when I was going to make poor decisions, it was stopping me to where I'm like, am I crazy? Because I'm seeing something smacking me everywhere to where even though I don't see the person, it's like that Chinese movie I told y'all about. She done got pregnant by the man, and then she was in that water thing, and she ain't even see him. She didn't even know. She didn't even know. She didn't know the man, but she got pregnant. That man came and got her almost blow up her whole stuff. Like one time I dated this man, he told me he gonna blow up my church. I'm telling you, y'all, he's crazy. Crazy, man. That movie was crazy. And that's how I feel right now with Jesus. You don't see him, but he sees you. That's why I feel by all these spirits. I don't see them, but they been around me now. And they listen to me every day. They listen to me right now. It's like I have a gift, a huge one. I told you, my sister back there, she passed away. But she came back to life in those dreams. Your drawings can come to life. Your vision can come to life. Your thoughts. We were dead because of sin. But we have risen because Jesus died. Now, even though some people don't believe it. But what if you believe anything? You believe. If you believe in money, you believe. If you believe in whatever you believe, you believe. And R. Kelly believed that he could fly. All he got to do is go to sleep and he going to be flying. Because in the free world, the dream world is so awesome. But God said, don't sleep too much. And God knows I'm ready to go to bed. Because I catch those dreams. But God wants you to live your life too. He don't want you to be sleeping all day long. You sleeping all day long, you ain't gonna live your life. Even though you living your life in a dream, he still wants you to get up and move something. He said you need to work. And so I just was laughing at the Bible and the things that I was reading, but it was touching my heart though. He didn't leave the house of David. He ain't gonna leave the house of you. He ain't gonna leave the house of your family. He ain't gonna leave nobody because he loves you. And then he's in you. And God loves me. Even though I had a sin, but it did not change because everybody sinned. God sent me so many dreams showing me family members crying. And, I believed it. Where he's showing me they're going through what they're going through. They don't know what to do because they're concerned about one family member. But see, I know that God is going to supply all our needs. And see, that's why I'm bringing out this youth. That's why I'm bringing out you don't know who flowing out this door. Because when they come, they going to see somebody totally different. They going to come to have fun. But they will get Marquela the Life Speaker. And they're going to record this and they're going to be like, that party was off the chain. I ain't never been on some voodoo stuff like this. Marquela crazy. They always mess with me and tell me, you do the voodoo stuff, the candlelight, you scared. And so I'm going to love it. I'm going to love messing with my friends. So when they come, they're going to be like, Marquela going to do that voodoo stuff again. There she go now. She got that voodoo stuff. She goes scared. Look. It's not voodoo. It's me really loving my friends. And I want to help cure their hearts. I love them so much. I love them. I love you. I might even bring the teddy bears and be petty. They gonna be like, what party is this? I'm like, y'all gonna be okay. Go sit down. I've got to try to make sure. Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait till it comes. The day comes. I am definitely happy about Wednesday because I know that it's going to come out to be really well. And when these people come flowing out the door, they're going to flow out with a word. They're going to remember what Marquela the Life Speaker said for that night. And, I don't know what time they're going to plan on coming. Some of them are like, oh, girl, the party over. You missed it, look. But it's going to be all right. Because when God said he's going to supply all our needs, he will. He will. And I believe that it's going to come out right. Even though I know sometimes in my life, because I remember I had a party when I was 16, it didn't come out right. But now that it's in the hotel room, and it's going to be more of me just speaking to the young youth, and then after that, having them dance, after that, having us rap, after that, do all that stuff, we're going to be cool. We're going to be real cool. So I plan on doing it big. I plan on doing it big. Well, thank you for watching Marquetta the Light Speakers, where we help cure those hearts. And again, if you have any donations and you would like to donate, simply message me on that blog and let me know. And I'll send you the PayPal link. And thank you for donating, because it's going to be a night. It's going to be a night. And it will. I already paid for the hotel room, so we ain't tripping. But it will cover other costs in my life. It would cover. It will cover me wanting to go get more notebooks to stock up, me wanting to go get more pens and stuff like that. It will cover all that stuff, because this business is definitely going to be huge. And it will also cover internet bill, paying for the internet. It will cover those things, because, I have to keep on these things. And regardless, I'm going to keep it because I have a job. But again, whatever you can do to help, it makes the world go bigger and farther than where it should be. I usually don't ask for nothing. I never did. But see, when you don't ask for nothing, it's not going to come from you. And I know that God, he already paid the price, and he paid it in full. And so I'm already bought. You know what I'm saying? He bought my business. And so now that I'm bought, I just got to work through this and keep going. It's going to be hard. And it got hard because I had to tell people what I'm doing. I had to bring this, and I had to bring a cup. It was random stuff coming to where I'm like, I don't know. And I think it's God, because it's not something that I want. I want to do this, but I don't want people feeling like I'm just begging and begging. And that's not what God wants me to do. He knows that it takes hard-earned work and time to do a business like this. And so I'm thankful that God is sending me those donations, because I know he will. He will supply all my needs. He promised me. And when God promised you something, he promised you. It's just like when I thought about one of the guys at my job, and I was scared about something, and he said, I wouldn't tell you something and not be real about it, because I was so used to that. People will tell me they would do something for me, and they never did it. And my dad was the only one that I felt like was honest with me and true. But I started to realize that God will send those people to help you as well. You won't be the only one out here just doing all these things and you won't get help. That's not of God. God's going to make sure you'll be okay. And it took powerful for me to be like this all by myself, little to no help, doing the best that I can and supporting people, but I didn't see anything, But see, God will still supply all that. And that's what I love about him. I love him so much. Oh my God. I just thank God for the things that he has done for me. Losing a father, it's not easy. I mean, I just couldn't believe my dad dropped dead like that. And till this day, a lot of people wanted me to keep telling this story about my dad. They wanted me to bring this out to life. They did not want me to not bring him to life. They seen how much I loved my dad. My co-worker, when I flowed up in that work job and working while he was his funeral, I went to work. I went to his funeral and I went straight to work. And my co-worker said, oh my God, why are you here? Oh my God. And she was trying to get them to get me to go home. And I said, I don't want to go home. I want to work. And I worked like that. And she said, no. Because she knew the moment I said my dad died, my co-worker was so scared. Because she knew I would always say, I got to hold on, my dad's out there. Hold on, my dad's outside waiting. And he's gone. But even though my dad's gone, that was a suffering. That was hard. That was not something that I could ever get over. Till this day, I'm still not over it. This is my father. And a lot of people would tell you, you need to move on. No, because you ain't got no heart. You need to get a teddy bear so you can get soft. You can't move on that quick. Shoot, people will tell you what you need to do. And if it happened to them, then it would be a whole nother level. You're human. And it's okay to cry about your loved one. But it's not okay not to live your life. You need to live your life. Regardless of the fact your loved one is gone, you still need to live your life. And that's where I was at, to where I had to figure it out, because a lot of people were telling me so wrong. Like, they were wrong. Move on. I'm so glad you move on. Shut up. That's what my main thing was to shut up. Because, you don't move on from a loved one. You don't move on with someone dead in your face. And in this, that's because them people didn't really care about that person like that. They didn't have the hearts, and they're different. But God would never, ever do that. And as I gotten to know him myself and read on him, he even said that he know how it feels. But he wants you to still take your life serious. He don't want you to hurt yourself because your loved one is gone. He wants you to remember the good times that you spent with this loved one and never forget about that. And that's what I loved about me reading on my own, and I loved about me going to counseling. And the lady told me, I know your dad seems like to me to be a huge impact. Oh my God. I mean, whoo. And it was to the point where I'm like, you're hearing all these nasty little stuffed words, and you're like, I don't want to hear that. And then you hear the good parts. You had to really remove yourself from the whole 9 yards. And then you hear good things. And sometimes in life, that's what you got to do for a minute. And God will supply that. God is a great God. He's a great living God. And he lives inside of you. And see, God, he was so great, because he sent my daddy in them dreams. And even though a lot of people say that's because you ain't got over him, but that don't matter. That's my daddy. I ain't gonna never get over him. That's not my daddy. God himself didn't forget. He said that. He ain't forget when them people betrayed him. So when people tell you certain stuff, you gotta just ask God, what do you think about this? Because God is going to be that one to help you. They're not God. They don't even know everything they're talking about, unfortunately, because they're not inside of you. You are a human. It's okay to let it out. It's okay to cry. Miss Clay used to tell me you can't get no tissues until, you done with them tears. That's what Miss Clay said. and every time when I was letting it out, I felt good. I felt good. And I love Miss Clay, because she really, really wanted us to have a better life. She said, I can't help you with 1990, but you need to go push up forward. And when she did this, within those 2 weeks, and I wasn't supposed to be 2 weeks. God's so good. I was only supposed to be there for like 2-3 days. And I stayed there with her for 2 weeks. And it was like, she's like, oh, you were only supposed to be here for 3 to 4 days. But see, God was so good. God was so good. It took me 2 weeks of counseling with this woman. And I went to Miss Sarah, and the only thing I learned from Miss Sarah was I was okay. And Miss Tiffany, all I learned was take care of your family. That was it. So I had 3 counselors. But I was thankful. I was so thankful. I just thankful. I am so thankful. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. I am so thankful. I mean, I am so thankful. Oh my God, I'm so thankful. Oh my God. I came from the pit of hell. I look And I didn't think that I was going to make it. I didn't think that I would be doing this stuff. And I saw when I got out of it, a lot of people was angry with me. I lost a lot of people. But it was okay, because if I gotta belittle myself and settle for less for you to be my friend, you ain't my friend. If you can't support me in my business and you can't support me in where I'm at, family, friends, or whatever you is, you ain't real. Because if I supported you in your stuff, but you lack in my life, I don't need you. Because we supposed to be together and support each other. And if I'm on the ground while you up and I helped you get up, then you ain't a friend or a family. Because I would never do that. If I see that you down and I see you not there, I'm not going to force you to do anything. I'm going to let you get yourself together. I'm going to wait for you. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to keep on doing what I got to do for myself. But then I'm going to be patient. But a lot of people want to rush you when it comes to you sad. They want to rush you when it comes to you going through what you're going through. They want to push you because they tired of hearing it. But that's why you go and you get your brain right and go to the right people and they tell you, oh no, you told wrong. That is not what you're supposed to do. You need to release this. You do need to have time to let this go. It's not your fault. So you need to relax and release and keep going. That person rumbling inside their mouth, they don't know what they're talking about. And then after a while, I started hearing those positive verses. And I was okay. And you could be okay too, man. You stay along with me in these videos. You stay along with me just in general. You'll see a change in your life. And you'll be so happy. You stay not with me, but you stay praying. You stay talking. You start getting yourself together in your dreams and goals. And you start doing for you. You're going to see a difference. Because a lot of people are so used to the old you to where they didn't think you're going to make it. Because you left them. Some people like right now, because I left them, they are belling me. But they ain't going to support me in nothing that I need. They don't call me. They question me, but they don't call me. And I don't call them. And is it right? Yeah. Same treatment. Miss Clay said, if they gonna put you in 0%, you put them in 0%. If they put you in 1%, you put them in 1%. They put you in 2, you get 2. Whatever y'all do together, y'all working together. If they give you 0, you give them 0. What? They giving you 0 and you giving them 500. Why you gonna do that? They getting 0 too. The hate you give, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that movie. She been out for a while, and it's like that. If you want to hate, okay, you gonna get it right back. You want to love, okay, you gonna get it right back. Whatever you give and whatever you put in is what you get. If you put nothing into the pot, poof, you are putting nothing into the pot too. You gotta be a leader, but you ain't gonna let nobody play you. I am a leader, but you ain't finna play me. Look, I'm that type of leader. Because people would look at me and they'd be like, man, you're so intimidating. You know how many people done told me, you're so intimidating. You are so intimidating. Because I intimidate him. I don't care. Anyways, guys, I'm off here. Thank you for watching Marquay the Light Speakers, where we help cure those hearts. Again, like I said, if you want to go ahead and donate, let me know. Message me through that blog and give me the information. I'll give you the information, and it will help me. Thank you so much. Have a very blessing day.